Today we are headed off to a Christian school that has closed, and they are in the process of, I guess you'd say, liquidating everything and emptying the building. Yesterday I was able to go with a couple of the kids and we picked up a few things, but we didn't realize that it was closing, if you want to call it the shopping hours, were closing at noon. So I was only there for about 45 minutes. I didn't even get to go through a good chunk of the building. So we're going back today. It is not even 9 o'clock this morning. We're giving ourselves a fair amount of time to go through the school buying things. It was a Christian school, so there's a lot of, the items aren't as worn as if they were in a public school. Very, very nice little school. Very sad to be losing them in our community, but I'm excited about some of the things we're going to hopefully be able to get. So we're bringing you guys along. If you're on YouTube, you guys saw on the community page that there was some chatter about this. You guys were telling me what items would you be wanting to get at the school there. Yesterday, my sister-in-law was able to find a topographical map that had, it was actually textured, so for
you could see all the high
right, you could see all the high peaks for New York State. Which, if you've ever studied New York State, we have the Adirondack mountain range here, and you guys know that we camp in the Adirondacks every year. It was a really cool find that she found. So you never know what you're gonna find, and we're gonna see what kind of treasures we can come up. Keep watching. We'll probably be doing a full haul video on everything that we get. The entrance. Daddy here yet?
He should be here.
Yep, he just got here.
Boppet!
So this is our second load of goodies. And, well, we're gonna go. We got a new Boppet. Nope, that's the old Boppet. The new Boppet's somewhere. I'm not sure.
The kids are so excited about it.
I don't think it has a
And a Middle East puzzle, jigsaw puzzle map. I just couldn't pass it
You
up.
needed that one.
I needed it.
And 2 sleds for, well, winter. We have a lot of winter here, so. All right, we're done. It's almost 11 o'clock. That was 2 hours of searching through everything. There was so many things we could have gotten, but just logistically, either we didn't have the room for it in our house, or we just didn't need it. Even though we may have possibly used it, there's just some things you can't get. So pretty happy with what we got. It was a little over 200. Art knows, well, it was 100 yesterday and a little over 100 today. He's the mastermind with the math. He's got the totals for us. So we're gonna unload all of this and then show you guys what we got. Here comes the loads of books.
Lots of stuff.
We'll see when we go inside. Okay, you got them? Okay, what do you think they are?
Markers?
Yeah? These are going to be fun. These are flip, and so the girls can make their own words, but they also have words too. Can't you see Grace using this all the time? Yeah, but this is going to be fun.
Ooh, is this for me?
It's for you girls, yep. Put it on the table, okay? And the process begins.
Yes, putting it all on the table.
Say goodbye to the Red Island.
Yay.
It is leaving.
I always had a love-hate relationship, mostly hate.
It was helpful, but it was time to go. Careful. Ow, the girls are already using their whiteboards and their markers. They're beautiful, girls.
Grace made 2 suns. We were fireworks. We were thinking to say things, so it looked like this is my picture and that was Grace's picture. Yeah. But I said no. That was
They are very pretty girls. Nice job.
You want me to write M?
And there it is. Out to the curb for free. It's a little hairy around here. We've gotten between yesterday's pile of stuff from the school auction or school sale, and then today's pile, and then Charity ordered some stuff, and we're getting ready for camping. It's really a little crazy busy around here, but we are trying to proceed on with our day. We have everything laid out on the table here. If you didn't see this video, you can check that out. I'll put the link in the description. But Charity is working on it. Our resident librarian here is going through and calculating how much we would have spent if we had bought this, you know, at full price, current market price, which would be 2020. And we're gonna see how we actually did. We think we did really well, but, well, I guess the proof is in the pudding when you run the numbers. John's in the kitchen cooking one of his delicacies.
No, well, it's not exactly a delicacy, but it's something they enjoy.
It's corn tortillas, and then you stuff it with the Monterey Jack, spicy Monterey Jack cheese. So it's like what do they call those?
You gotta put
fajitas?
mayonnaise on the outside first.
Are those called fajitas?
Those got spread mayonnaise on it.
What? Oh, right, mayonnaise on both sides. What do you call those? These things? They're not fajitas. Are they fajitas?
Quesadillas.
Quesadillas. That's what I was trying to say. And we love them. And for a day like today, this is what we're eating. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. Some real live comfort food here. I have a whole bunch of them, but these were the ones that Charity thought I didn't have, so we picked those up. I have not added them to my collection yet, so I don't know if we have doubles or not, but that was what Charity's memory could remember. And then here we have a whole series on the Little House series. So we've got Down by the Glen. I have not read these. Charity read them, but she said they were really good. She really liked them. So we ended up picking up those. I think these are, she had some, and this was to help complete the series. Apparently there's different ones. We've got Little House, and then we have Little House, the Caroline Year. So apparently there are a whole bunch of these. And then this series, Grandma's Attic series, I have never heard of these, but they looked interesting. They're like short stories. Now I know nothing about this series, and we only have books 3, 4, and 5, but it seemed interesting. The next series is the Red Rock Mysteries. These are some books here from Rebecca Books. I don't know if you guys have ever read any of those. I read these when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved all of these books. So I didn't read these when I was a kid. I was like, I have to get these. So this one's a biography on Amy Carmichael. We've got some Air Quest Adventures. Again, thinking of Peter. They look really interesting flying, and I'm sure John's going to read them. Now this series is by Jeanette Oak. And when I was small, my mom read A Coat of Many Colors to me. And let's see, did I have any of these other ones? No, I didn't. I never ended up reading any of the other ones, but I loved The Coat of Little Colors, and I've read most of Jeanette Oak's book. These are by Lee Roddy, and this is called the Between Two Flags series. So I'm guessing this is based on the Civil War time period. Again, historical fiction, looked interesting, something that I would enjoy reading. Usually if I think I'm going to enjoy them, the kids will enjoy them too, so I went ahead and just picked those up. Another series that was also by Lee Roddy is this series called The Ladd Family Adventure, and it looked, again, very exciting. Like, I would sit down and read a whole bunch of these. I don't know, have you guys ever read these? I had never heard of them before, but they looked really, oh, the kids would love this art. This one's a volcano one. Oh, yeah. My little girls love reading all these adventure stories when I read to them. All right, another set of books here is by Nancy Rue called the Christian Heritage series. So this by Focus on the Family by Nancy Rue. We might like them, we might not. Journey Through the Night. This is a, I haven't read this, but when I read the back of it, it says, after the Second World War, Anne Devise, Holland's most popular novelist, was commissioned to capture the literary form, the spirit, and agony of those 5 harrowing years of Nazi occupation. The result was Journey Through the Night, a 4-volume bestseller that has gone through more than 30 printings in the Netherlands. This series, which appeals to young and old, is now available for English translation. So, that's what we got here, and I think this will be very enjoyable. I would like to read this one. In fact, this is going to probably be on one of my top lists of books to read. Well, there was only a few books of this one, the Dallas O'Neill Mysteries. We have books 1, 3, and 4. Then from Peter Marshall and David Manuel. We have 3 set of books, From Sea to Shining Sea for Children, Discovering God's Plan for America, the First Half Century of Independence, and these are all different age periods. So this one's Christopher Columbus to George Washington, and this one is from 1837 to 1860. So probably more history read-alouds, those books will be. We picked up some Osborne books here, The World Wars, then Fairy Tales for Bedtime. Kids would like to read that. I also picked up 2 easy readers. I'm thinking this is probably going to be right about Grace's level. And that's How the Whale Got His Throat and How Zebras got their stripes. Easy readers. I'm thinking Grace will love that. Then Osborne's illustrated stories from Aesop. These true stories from Everest Adventures. Then we have true stories of heroes and true stories of survival. Again, something I would like to read. Little Riding Hood picture books. We'll have fun looking at that with Daniel and Lillian. How the Rhino Got His Skin. And the Osborne Big Book of ABCs. Our Loving God will probably be something that we will be doing for family worship and just reading through this. This will be actually really easy to read through. We've got a big selection here of the Hardy Boy books. Charity said that this one was a really good one. The Squire and the Scroll. I don't know about that one. This has come highly recommended. And then this series, I don't know if there's more to this. This is called Sisters in Time. We have The American Dream, and then we have The American Challenge. I'm guessing there's one more book in this series, but I haven't had a chance to look it up. I have The Essential Bible Companion, and we had a book that we did in our family Bible time called Journey Through the Bible, and it was very similar to this. It just was a real overview of the Bible with pictures, and it just was really helpful for the kids, walking through it and helping them understand just a little bit more what the Bible is, and you know, these are people in real life, they're just not stories. So that looked interesting. I found this called Hero's Tale, A Family's Treasury of True Stories from the Lives of Christian Heroes. So I have book 1 and then book 2 here. And this set of books are part of the Living History Library. We have the Reb and the Red Coats, Archimedes, Men of Iron. Actually, this one's not part of that series. If All the Swords in England, the story of Thomas Becket, and then Bjorn the Proud. I have a few more of these series, and John said he really enjoyed them, so I thought I'd pick them up for when the girls get a little bit older. This is probably more 7th and 8th grade reading, so those will go on the shelf for another time. Charity wanted these books from Louise May Alcott, Little Men and Joe's Boys. They only had one book of this in this series. This is a classic here, The Bronze Bow. John already read that this afternoon. He said it was really good. I have some of these books already and really enjoyed reading the ones that I had, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. Antarctica, Journey to the Pole. That looked really interesting. Charity said this looked really good. Dogs of War. Apparently this is a graphic novel, and her and the boys like to read those. Charity also found this butterfly stained glass coloring book, and I thought this is really neat. So you color it, and then it looks like stained glass. You can put it in the windows, and the girls love coloring. We have Billy and Blaze, A Boy and His Pony, and then Blaze and the Mountain Lion. Charity did some research and said there's a whole collection of these Billy and Blaze books. I never knew that. We use these in Lydia's literature program that she does for school, so I was happy to actually get those. Up until the quarantine, I was really limiting how many books that we kept as a family, but we frequently used the library at least once a week. But when the quarantine came through, the library closed and we were no longer to get any of those resources that were in the library. So just having gone through that experience, being that it's 2020, we don't know what's going to be coming into this fall of 2020, 2021 in this school year, I want to have reading materials for the kids if the libraries end up getting shut down again. So maybe I went a little heavier on the reading books than I normally would have, but after what we went through earlier this spring and not having the library, I thought it was a good choice for 25 cents a piece to pick up some books and some reading materials to get us through this winter. My kids love search and find books, and this one was really neat. I didn't know that. So there are all kinds of strange facts, but then you have to search and find while you're reading the facts. And I thought that is right up my children's alley, so that one had to come home with me. Oh, did I get 2 bronze balls? No, I didn't. I already went through that. All right. Pocahontas, this one, we're studying early American history this year, so I wanted to pick that up for our studies. This was also part of the literature program that Lydia went through. Mary will be going through it shortly, so I picked that up. This is for John, who's working on starting tutoring. This was another one of those classic books that everybody should have in their collection. Ben and me, we did that, read that to the kids out loud once before. They absolutely loved it. The Beggars Bible. I picked, this one's based on John Wycliffe's own writings, and I thought that looked really interesting. Again, maybe a read aloud during our family Bible time. The Fledgling, I don't know anything about it other than it's a Newbery Honor book, and a lot of the school programs that do read-alouds focuses on Newbery Honor books. So I said, hey, I'm going to pick that up. That looks like it's interesting reading. We have Charlotte's Web, Frog and Toad Are Friends, Frog and Toad Together, classics again. This one is more for me, a true story of Charles Lindbergh, an American hero. And then this one looked really good too, Guns for General Washington, Story of the American Revolution. And that one just looked like something I would like to read, and I thought Peter would like to read. And a lot of the classical literature-based homeschool programs, these books keep reappearing and are recommended for some of the middle to older grades. So when I saw they had these 3 here, I went ahead and picked those up. I thought I had picked up more of these, the Young Underground, but I only got books 1 and 2 of that. That's all I saw. Now we have a whole series here by Frank Peretti. I, again, don't know anything about it. It looks like it's sort of based on Indiana Jones, that kind of fun things. But I got a whole bunch of those books here, all of these here. And then this book, My Mom, Anne of the Prairie. My mom had me read that volume 1 years ago when I was a kid, and I loved it. And I didn't know there was a volume 2, so now I have volume 2. Have a series here by Joel Beakey, How God Stopped the Pirates. I accidentally picked up 2 of those. And then How God Used a Thunderstorm and Other Devotional Stories. Again, I think this will probably end up being some of our family Bible time read-alouds. We got some books here from the author of Anne of Green Gables. Charity's like, I didn't know they had these. I need to get those. So she picked those up. Coming down to the end here, we've got a whole series here called The Days of Laurel, Engel, Wilder. So we picked that series up. And then this set of books here are called the Sowers books. Again, it's one of those books that I see a lot of in the literature-based school programs, and I like to have my kids have really good, solid reading material. So that's why I picked those up. I read these when Art and I were dating. You remember those, Art? The Heroes of the Faith books?
Yeah.
And we really, really liked those. So these were a couple that we didn't have. We wanted to add to our collection. We have a couple Mandy books here for Miss Lydia. And then lastly, we have some of Women of the Faith, Men and Women of the Faith books here. I'm part of that series. All of the books were 25 cents a piece, and it was really a great price for these amount of books. Art's gone out with the kids for a little while. I stayed home with Daniel. He had just had it today. Enough was enough. What I ended up doing with all of the books and everything that we got, well, we had to clear off the table for dinner. I've got to work on this. This is something that needs to be done. I got to find homes for where I'm going to put the markers. I don't know that I want the kids to have full access to that many at one time, so I'm going to probably put some of those upstairs. This we are going to take on vacation with us, so the kids have some tracing and lacing things to do like that. And then Art just came and brought some boxes home for me, and we just boxed up all of the books and the rest of the goodies. until I can get a chance to put them where I want them. But we needed that table cleared off for dinner tonight. And when you do buyouts like this, you expect things like this to happen with just sheer chaos. And that's the only way I can describe it, as sheer chaos. You have to get caught up. I've got dishes that need to be done. I'm gonna go out to the garden first before we lose daylight. I didn't get out this morning to do that because we left here around 8:30 this morning. So we've been on the go, since this morning. I've got to go outside. I've got to see what things I'm missing. I'm sure there's some things in harvests that need to get harvested, so I'm gonna try to get that done before Art gets home. This is sort of the reality part of a buyout, and I don't mind doing it. It just kind of puts a little of a hiccup into our normal routine. But whatever the case is, I'm heading outside, see what kind of goodies I can find.